Alright friends, welcome. This is a new video series and this is all about conditional statements. Okay, now I have some very important notes to share with you, and I think this is a great time. In the beginning of the video, I share some few words with you on conditional operators, and I have this written out here and I'm going to read them. Conditional statements are used to perform different actions based on different conditions. Okay, very often when you write code, you want to perform different actions for different decisions. You can use conditional statements in your code to do this. Okay, in JavaScript, we have the following conditional statements. Use if to specify a block of code to be executed if a specified condition is true. Okay, so if A is equal to B, get into that block and execute it. Use else to specify a block of code to be executed if the same condition is false. So if A is equal to B, execute this block, else execute the other block. Use else if to specify a new condition to test if the first condition is false. Okay, so else if is like, either do this or do that. And use switch to specify many alternative blocks of code to be executed. A is equal to B, A is not equal to B, A is greater than B, A is less than B, A is greater than equal to B, A is less than equal to B, and A is not or, and all of these expressions, if you want to use, you have multiple statements and you want to compare with them, so you use switch. The if statement, use the if statement only if to specify a block of JavaScript code to be executed if a condition is. Okay, this is what the syntax looks like. Basic block of code. Okay, if the condition holds true, then it will get inside the block of code and execute it. Block of code to be executed if the condition is true. Okay, note that if is in lowercase letters, uppercase if or if will generate a JavaScript error. Alright, so always you have if in small case. You have to remember that. This is one of the syntax things that you have to remember. Alright, let me delete this up and I am going to start programming with the first if statement. Alright, let's begin coding. Doc type HTML tag, body tag. Very simple code, very simple program. Okay, something that you can think of yourself. Display good day. Display good day if the hour is less than 1800, which means less than 6 p.m. Okay, open up paragraph tag and you have to declare a demo id is equal to demo good evening. Close the paragraph tag. Open up the script tag if new date, remember, dot get hours is less than 18. Okay, it knows what 18 is. Tab document dot get element by id demo dot inner html is equal to html, and this is e capital, is equal to good day semicolon. Close the curly bracket. Close the script tag. Close the body tag. And okay, I made a mistake here. Close the HTML tag. Okay, what you're doing here is you're creating a new object, okay, which is date, and you need to get hour in the date. Date.get hours is less than 18. Document.get element by id dot inner html is equal to good day if the hour is less than 18, which means at this particular time it will retrieve time from my system clock. Right now it's 9 p.m. and definitely greater than 6 p.m. So let's see what the result is going to be. Okay, let me save this file as file, save as. Yes, condition 1, that's fine, but I need to save it as html.html. Remember, it's going to retrieve your system clock or the clock set up by your browser. The clock that is. Open up this file here. Okay, good day. If the hour is less than 6 p.m., good evening. All right. How did it know that it's supposed to display good evening? Okay, display good day if the hour is less than 6 p.m. It did not display good evening, good day. It displayed good evening. All right. So if hour is less than 18, false. It will never execute this. It will only display good evening. Okay. What if I said hour is greater than 18? Let's see what happens. File, save, good day. There you go. Okay. Let's look at another example. Okay, in this example here, you were testing whether the hour is less than 18 or greater than 18. If the hour in your system clock or the clock followed by your browser, according to your time zone settings, if the hour is less than 6 p.m., it's going to print good day. If it is more than 6 p.m., it's going to print good evening. Now there's another way. In this program, we never, we just used one if statement. You can also use else statement to specify what to do, because by default, if it doesn't go in the block of code to execute, it will just print out the line that comes, next line that comes logically. Okay, which was the good evening. But if we use else statement, it is a better programming practice. Okay, paragraph, click the button to display a time-based greeting. Okay, button on click is equal to my function try it. Close the button tag. Open up the paragraph tag and say id is equal to demo. Close the paragraph tag. Open up the script tag and say function my function. Okay, var hour is equal to new date dot get hours. Okay, var greeting, we just leave it as it is. Let me add a tab here. Okay, now let's begin the if block. If hour is less than 18, which is less than 6 p.m., hit enter, tab again, greeting is equal to good day. Okay, and close the curly bracket, and then get out of the block and say else, and start the else block with the curly bracket. Hit enter, tab again, greeting is equal to good evening. All right, and then hit enter, tab, close the curly bracket for the else block, and hit enter, tab, and say document dot get element, okay, element by id demo dot inner HTML is equal to greeting. So what are you going to print? Only the greeting based on the conditions provided. Okay, close the script tag, close the body tag, and close the HTML tag. Perfect. Let's save the file as file, save as, second condition, the one with else. Okay, did I save it as HTML? Let me check. File, save as HTML, I don't think so. All files .html. Yes, I didn't save. Alright, where is condition 2? There you go. Click the button to display a time-based greeting. Okay, again, the system clock is 9 p.m. right now. Good evening. Okay, and if the system clock is greater than 6 p.m. it will print. If it's less than 6 p.m. it's going to print good day. Alright, there is another type of condition called else if. You finish the if, we did the else, now there is else if. Doc type HTML, open up the HTML tag, open up the body tag, open up the paragraph tag, click the button to get a time-based greeting. Okay, and this paragraph, and open up a button on click is equal to my function and say try it, or whatever you want to say, try me button, close the button tag. Alright, open up the paragraph and say id is equal to demo, close the paragraph tag, open up the script tag, function, my function, and open up your curly bracket and say tab var greeting, okay, and tab var time is equal to new date dot get hours. Okay, if time is less than 10, open up the curly bracket block for if time is less than 10, greeting is equal to good morning 10. Okay, 10, that is 10 a.m. not 10 p.m. Hit tab again and close this if block and say else if. You have to test another condition. Time is less than 20, which is 10 p.m. 8 p.m. I believe. Yes. Open up the curly bracket and say greeting is equal to good day. Alright, and close this curly bracket, else, open up the curly bracket for else, tab, greeting is equal to good evening. All right, and close the curly bracket and close the script tag, close the body tag, and finally close the HTML tag. Let's save this file as file save as conditions3, and also save the file as HTML document .html, and when you run the file you will get a time-based greeting. It's good evening right now because the time is close to 9:15. Okay, so it's good evening. None of these conditions are true. Okay, which means the time is neither less than 10 or less than 20. It is not less than 10 and less than 20. Okay, so the time is something else. So it's going to ask you to print good evening. Alright friends, with this I am going to end my else if and else if statements, and up next I'm going to talk about switches, and I'm also going to talk about loops. So if you have a lot of conditions, for example you want to print good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and then good night, or have a safe flight, or take it easy, like there's a lot of greetings here. Okay, they're like a bunch of greetings, for example 10 greetings. So with each time you want to print a different greeting. For example, early in the morning, you want to say good morning, and midday good afternoon, and then good evening, and then good night. So each time would be different here. Less than, for example 10 a.m. would be good morning. Less than, for example 2 p.m. is going to be good afternoon, and less than 4 p.m. is going to be did you have lunch, or something like that, or have a safe flight, or any kind of expression that you want to give. So you're going to use switches for a long list of comparison conditions, and loops when you want to make sure that if one condition, you have to keep executing the block of statement if the condition holds true, as long as the condition holds true. All right, so two more important conditions up next in the next video.